to win the Drow's lane, but you kind of just hope that she doesn't really get run over, and Prophet could be a good option to at least make sure the Drow gets a decent laning phase, and on top of things, you can always TP and help the other lanes, snowball, take towers.
I think another thing that when we see EG play, they have these really strong laners, but mainly I would say the two lanes that they crush the most just based on matchup a lot of the time is the two side lanes. I think Sumail will often win lanes that he's not favored in, or just at least do well in the lane. And that makes me wonder if OG are thinking, okay, if they have this really heavy side lane focus, do we put the Ranger mid like we've seen out of VGJ Storm? And you know, okay, it's going to be tough playing it against Sumail, but given that it's the right matchup, let's say it's someone who's not a total lane dominator, let's say Sumail's playing Alchemist, or he's playing something like Storm, do you put the Drow there and try to get that fast level 6 and speed up the game so your lanes get strong faster? I'm very curious to see if OG have this multi way of playing Drow, or only play it in a side.
All right, well, we're waiting for the last bit in the second phase here. A couple more bans.
I like the Lina ban here because, like, from seeing OG playing against BG earlier yesterday, is that like they picked like confusing hero in the third phase where it can be mid in the off lane, and one game they put it mid where it looks good, and then if it not, skip.
Mainly the Invoker and the Lina, those are his really top heroes right now. Invoker could still be really good for them since it's pretty decent against, pretty good against the Necro.
Especially Thompson's favorite way of playing the Invoker. He kind of, I would say in a way he almost resurrected Quaswex Invoker at a time when almost everyone was playing Classic Sword. When you have that draw aura, you're much stronger early on with the damage, and in his classic build that he started using a lot, he would get that fast Spirit Vessel, which is amazing against Necrophobe. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this ban coming out from EG. But we'll see. They're actually taking their time. I wonder what alternative they're considering right now.
Especially when you have a Draw Ranger, the Quaswex Invoker value goes up even more, right?
That's definitely true. Like Invoker with the Quaswex Invoker with Draw is very, very scary. On top of things, we know that he's going to have that a very early Spirit Vessel, so he's going to be constantly trying to pressure you, roam around, ghost walk around, force rotations from the enemy, force reaction, force sentries everywhere. He's going to pressure the supports a lot if he gets a good laning phase.
So for Evil GG's side, because you have the Vengeful Spirit, you want to have a hero that right-clicks somewhat, but at the same time you need a gap closer against this Draw Ranger, and also deal with Furious
PR.
Yeah, PR is a good pick.
Yeah, PR is great against Draw, great against the Nature's Prophet.
Depend the Pugna of Thompson. That's another great hero against the Necrophos.
But wouldn't you say Invoker is actually more annoying here because of the overall lineup?
They might be worried that, so if let's say EG are planning to go for a harder carry type hero this game because some of their strong laners are out, they might be concerned that giving away Pugna together with Nature's Prophet and Drow would just make for a way too fast push that they can't keep up with. Quaswex Invoker is a bit better at team fighting against a hero like Necrophos, I would say overall, but he's a slower pusher, and they might just be worried that OG can kind of just take control of the whole map in 20 minutes. This is uncharacteristically weak laning pick for EG. Here comes the Shaker.
Can Evil GG's can pick PL here, like predicting the...
Yeah,
there you go.
Here, so.
They picked it into Shaker. So OG definitely have considered this. And now it's a matter of what tempo you want to play. A classic Ana hero in this situation would be the Ember Spirit. Playing that against the Phantom Lancer as well as Necrophos would actually be pretty decent, but I just feel like it doesn't fit with Drow. Like, that kind of lineup is not well rounded. So
I think you kind of just want to go for like a Tri-Core and maybe build an Aghanim's Maelstrom on the Draw later instead of like going for Ember to deal with it. I feel like when you have Draw, whenever you have Draw, you're pretty much set in stone with your whole strat and draft. You have to just go with it.
Earlier today, we have seen Lash against the PL and Necrophos, which worked really well, and he's a range hero in the laning phase. So we can see working.
He is, I would say Leshrac is very susceptible to Venge. It's one of the heroes you really don't want to get aggressive swapped on because you're very positional dependent and pretty fragile in the earlier stages of the game. So getting swapped into any stun and then a Reaper, you kind of just die, and OG have no save whatsoever. So I guess Fissure, but that's very situational that you can pull that off.
But at the same time, I'm staying away from Lash as well because it's not a comfort hero for the OG is what I feel. And then if I was OG coach, I would kind of even though the Enigma is not the best hero here, I mean, I'm at the Ember Spirit, but I'll still go back for the Ember Spirit because it's one of the best hero for.
And the ones that it has are not unplayable. That was one of the problems that we saw Miracle's out. That was Miracle, right? It's one of the most adept players we have here. So for Thompson, it's there.
There you go.
Has the draw aura. It's textbook OG. It's textbook OG.
They just didn't pick the best heroes, but they picked the comfort hero for themselves for sure. And I want to see how it goes.
Yeah, and like you guys have said, perhaps that is where OG feels best right now, at least in that first game. See how it goes. Know what, or play what you know best. And
it was TA's not bad, right?
Yeah.
This could be a Sumail TA game, potentially. One of Invoker's worst matchups in mid, and the draw aura doesn't make much of a difference in that matchup. TA still is way superior.
What do you think about PL? Like, PL is also a good matchup in the lane against Invoker.
I think that's a historically good matchup, but I want to say that as of late, the Quaswex Invoker actually wins that lane just by constantly harassing the Phantom Lancer. You win the regen war by just having the Quas orbs constantly. You just hit, and when you have the threat of the TPN from the Nature's Prophet, especially if he's in the support role, which we're expecting, putting Phantom Lancer mid could definitely backfire. I'm very confident here that they will grab a Sumail hero that has that good matchup in mid, but maybe what EG are thinking here is they want to look at the big picture too. Lanes is one thing. This game they don't have the strongest laners compared to what they usually have had, and they got to look at the team fight. OG's team fight is sick, and they have very limited options against it. It will be the TA regardless.
The TA, yeah, like you mentioned. So that wraps it up for the draft. Now looking at this, we talked a little bit about OG. Winner, how do you feel about Evil Genius's team?
I think I kind of like OG's lineup more still. I feel like OG has much more balance and their team fight, their lanes, and I favor Draw a lot. I think Draw is really, really strong right now.
All right, well, we do have the fans all getting riled up. Regardless of which team you're rooting for, there's a lot to be rooting for in this matchup. It is OG versus Evil Geniuses. And before we go into game, we have Casey with Bulba.
Hi, Bulba. Everybody is talking about this matchup. They've been talking about it all day. What did you say to your team, or what can you tell us about what you've said to your team to keep them focused and get their heads in the game?
Well, Artur, he might have ate too much for lunch, so I told him not to stink up the booth.
You continue to be the most inspiring coach here at TI.
That's what I do here?
Thank you, Bulba.
No problem.
Best of luck.
There you have it. The secret to winning on the main stage. Don't stink up the booth. Well, as we go into game, we have none other than OD Pixel and Fox to bring you the action.
Thank you very much, Chober. And yes, the series that I've personally been waiting for today, Evil Geniuses versus OG. What a way to sort of come today. What a series that we're going to have between these two. So many storylines and the drafts. We couldn't have hoped for anything more. We've got Enigmas, we've got Shakers, we've got some crucial key heroes, we've got some male CEG with this early smoke movement. Artsy Sumail.
Why has
the kill? Absolutely. We'll see if they find anything. Moment, Thompson already back on the middle lane, and up top you have Anna hiding right there in the tree line. So they seem to be sort of prepared for some sort of movement like this, and look to be unlikely that they get caught out by EG's movement here.
I mean, OG's level 1 is extremely weak, right? I'm sure he goes for the Quaswell Expo because it's Thompson, and that makes sure if you want to go for fights, level 1 is better, but you've got an Enigma, you got an Invoker on your team, you've got very little actual stuns and control in order to go for those catches or fights at level 1, just like the Shaker. You see the bottom bounty room? Ignored.
Oh.
Start here.
Oh yeah, we don't see that one much, so we'll expect the EG pick that one up later, unless, I mean, we'll see the Shaker sort of roam over and catch wind of the fact that no one's taken it. If Jarex is able to spot that one out.
Two bounties go for each, potentially get that third one. But they are going for that full pressure to try to slow down the Drow, see if No-Tail can push them away.
See how this mid lane goes. Sumail versus Thompson. Of course, he's going to have that aura, and already really going at it between the two of them, trading hits. Really, certainly the lane to watch as we'll also have to keep eyes. This bottom lane Seb and his Enigma backed up by Jarex's Shaker.
You'd have to imagine that Sport is going to play really defensively down bottom until he starts getting some support movement from teammates. Has to watch out for the fissure blocks though as bottom. He does get blocked, and the Eidolons actually trap him.
Oh, he's in trouble here. He's going to have depots up in a second, but it's not soon enough. OG setting up the first blood down there at the same time up top. No-Tail will fall. Not quite quick enough for EG to get the first blood, as OG were just that little bit quicker.
S4 really wanted to step up to try to contest these last hits because Seb is just power denying the lane. You see 5 denies already on that Enigma. Jarex does get that punishment.
So obviously this decision from EG to leave S4 on his own and run this aggressive tri lane top, are they likely to get kills off the back of these three? I mean, I say that they're getting straight in indeed again on top of No-Tail. They will turn towards Fly. A lot of right click, of course, coming out with this Drow. Look at the body blocks as well, No-Tail, with the tree, and a little setup for the kill. Nice micro there from No-Tail, as to be expected. One of the micro legends as they find themselves against this tri lane of EG top.
Now it's without Jarex, really. Jarex just TP'd in. It's not like he actually did anything in there. As the career snipe comes out, No-Tail.
Oh my goodness, No-Tail already certainly showing us he's going to turn that sort of passion to beat EG here into these sort of brilliant plays in the first 2 minutes.
That's how you can help your Invoker in that 1v1 matchup versus the TA. As the panel said, you know, you've got Drow Aura as the Invoker, but you're versus Templar Assassin, so you can't actually use that Drow Aura to your advantage.
I will commit this to memory.
And now that could be the bit. That could be the right there. Very 12-4 for Sumail. Dominant TA.
No-Tail has to be careful if he comes up. As you can see, crit in position to go on him as well as Fly. No-Tail just keeping himself out of range of the magic missile. Flying Crit won't go for the commitment on him and just sort of creating a nuisance, sort of drawing Flying Crit's attention away from that top lane.
Is S4 going to see the bounty run as well? He does. Oh, he's going to
finally got it! Woo! 2 minutes and 43 seconds in.
He was priming it. He was just getting it better, you know? Letting it ferment. It's top. You have to go.
Straight in. Crit with the roll. Does find the border smash onto 3, actually. Perfect time. He's down Sumail, but he has to back where they're safeguarding Sumail's TA, so already some fantastic sort of little interactions here between this 1v1 of Sumail and Thompson here. Sour cancel, but Sumail takes the kill.
Pretty cool. I think one of those salve cancels that he actually got in the mid lane was because Notail put that ward behind the tower when he sniped the courier. So these little things. Thompson does dive. So.
Now bottom lane as well, Seb. A lot of denies on this Enigma.
That's worse still
for 18, but
level 4.
There's about a half a level in it at the moment between the two of them. Seb having a slight advantage mid lane again. Good side blade hits onto Thompson. Crit rolls forward, but Thompson, he's already got the QQ walk out of there. So he'll be fine. Notail won't move forward with the TP in. Sumail will go back to CSing, and of course keeping a very, very sizable advantage now against the Invoker. 24-11 on Sumail's case. Top lane, Notail is going to get on, but he turns with the Sprout. Anna with the Gust onto Tuba Fly. Crit, stand their ground, look towards the two of them. They'll Magic Missile up Anna, look for the two-man Boulder Smash. They find the angle, they do lose Fly, but to bring down Notail in return. Rolling forward, they're chasing down Anna. RTZ can't quite get to him though, as Anna's able to get his way through the trees and back under the cover of the Tier 1 tower.
Very As this happens too, Notail with that TP bottom sets up for the kill, but they can also set up this tower. They even popped the Drow aura to make sure.
Thompson getting very low once again. This lane, I mean, the matchup Sumail he's playing it perfectly. It's a matchup where you do expect the TA to have an edge, but Sumail really is just shooting ahead of Thompson's Invoker. 34-17 against the 20 today. Top lane, looking for Jerax. Jerax not going to be touched upon there by the roll forward from Crit, so should be able to walk it off. Just have to be careful how close he comes to flying RTZ. As he is sort of cornered in, Crit with eyes on him once again. Jerax with a quick enchant totem and a slap will be able to walk it off. Top lane, Notail also being chased towards. Jerax is heading over to try and help. Notail gets the teleport out before Fly can get in range for the Magic Missile. But EG themselves also able to start putting some pressure onto that top Tier 1 tower. Bottom lane again to Anna with this rotation, catching us for a little bit off guard. He does get the chance to Ghost Shroud, and Death pulls himself back up to pull up in the top lane. They see an advantage. EG close in onto Notail. RTZ doppelgangers over the Fissure. Finds Notail. Magic Missile from Fly straight out onto Jerax. RTZ keeps his distance to avoid the stun. Goes straight back across towards the tower. They want to try and finish this Tier 1 off. It's very low at the moment, as OG will pop the fortification, but they are unable to hold this Tier 1 tower, as EG will slowly but surely finish it off. RTZ should be able to get the last touch as well. That extra bit of bonus skull going the way of the Phantom Lancer.
A very persistent commitment to keeping that tri-lane around the top side, but they've done a great job on the side of EG of distributing their levels. You see RTZ's level 5, the two supports are also level 4, while Ana was getting slowed down so much that rotations up. The Invoker, the Enigma, and the Earthshake.
aware of this, because at the same time, Jerax and Seb are looking to wrap on his own. They do have the black hole if they can close in on top of Sumail, but Jerax's smoke they get dispelled. Sumail is aware of what's going on. We'll see if VG is successful with the movement on top. They do find Anna. Fly leads him with a magic missile. Roll forward from Chris straight away with the control. Has the silence into the boulder smash. Punching him down. Anna with the ghost trying to get away, but the final right click from Fly comes through. They get the kill. They may lose some of their lives in return though, as NoTail is surrounded. RTZ actually managed to move across from that top lane to help out. If they won't just get one, they'll get two. Both Anna and NoTail going down. It's mid lane Thompson able to get the EMP off. Stopping S4 and Sumail chasing for more, but Crit, he's straight in underneath the tower. The boulder smash, stopping the Fisher from Jerax for now. He gets the silence as well, but it doesn't matter. The Malefice from Seb comes out, finishes him off. As Sumail now being chased, Jerax throws out the Fisher, Thompson up to the high ground. Sumail's into the trees.
Doesn't quite have cold snap up again. They actually went for a mid kill, it looks like, with the black hole, and I believe that S4 used the Reaper Sight to cancel it. Situation. They do have urn charges on Thompson, so he can look to get aggressive.
For the setup, cold snap, EMP in the urn, as you say, the damage, the combo, perfectly done there by Thompson as he finishes off Fly.
And collects another urn charge, so now he's got two, so we can keep looking for them. But yeah, EMP is one of those spells that is very devastating in this early game.
Super good against the Necrophos.
Yeah.
Makes S4's job very hard as he comes to these fights, especially at the moment with just sort of the phase and the 2-0s. Doesn't have any sort of wand or any sort of burst recharge.
Tower.
Indeed, kicks underneath the tower. Sumail, can he find the connection? It doesn't matter. The damage from S4's Death Pulse is enough, as again, Crit certainly showing off so far on this Earth Spirit. He's been up and down, lane to lane, 3, 2, and 4, involved in 7 of the 8 kills of EG. Crit has done a fantastic job at making sure that this opening start has gone pretty nicely for EG across the map.
Crit Earth Spirit, right? This is what we've come to expect.
Seb comes forward, does take a magic missile to the face, TP from Jerax coming in. EG start to back up, the Fisher onto 2, Sumail has the trap to slow down NoTail and Seb. Got the wave of tear back in as well as the smash. NoTail incredibly low, one right click will do it, and there it is. And they finish it off, Jerax goes in for the walk-in Echo Slam, Fly's falling low, but the Death Pulse heal is going to be coming over to him, so Fly, he's fine. They have managed to surround Sumail, though Sumail gets left behind on the high ground. Sumail gets taken down, Anna trying to chase down Fly as well, but Fly is pretty speedy. Thompson gets in range though for the Under Shadows, is chasing it down here with the Ghost Walk. As Fly still trying to retrieve, but Thompson should be able to finish this one off. Another charge thrown out as Fly goes down.
They want to play as fast as possible with this Drow Ranger. They're looking for this tower. Just want to get tower advantage.
S4, he stepped up. Yeah, as Thompson's there with the wraparound, the Gust into the right clicks. There's no chance for S4.
Between the Gust as well as, even if he does get the Ghost Shroud in those situations, Thompson's there to purge it off with the Tornado. 9 to 10, 12 minutes in.
It's all kicking off between these two. Thompson, with a quick sort of setup onto Sumail, doesn't want to go for anything more, is on his own at the moment.
Those are painful though. You just eat a 400 mana burn. Starting to now go. Got that 1 point in the Egg Swords. Can 4-6 the Ice Wall and Deafening Blast, which would be very nice in this game too. Templar Assassin.
Boat once again here for Crit and Fly. As they look to rotate over into the jungle, they've got that ward down. They see Anna farming alone.
They feel very strong. They've got level 6 on both their supports. NoTail still not quite level 6 on this Nature's Prophet. Scan comes out though and does catch EG as they're looking for the...
And Anna's already moving away, getting himself away from this top half. Jerax the one left behind, but he's into the trees, TP's out. And EG will find no kills off the back of those smokes. They can look to put some pressure onto that top tower. RTZ's been getting a lot of space on this top lane, still sitting at the top net worth on his Phantom Lancer. It's going to be a quick diffusal blade timing at this rate.
Yeah, and it's very good hero, very good game for the PL versus this Drow Ranger. If he can close the gap over and over again, can make it very tough for Anna. Anna's also gone for 4 points in Frost Arrows and position already, so he wants to be moving around.
He's going to get it gone on there. Try to go with Fisher on Sumail. Does have the back of the Thompson. Tries to go for the combo. Doesn't actually catch on to Sumail or Fly, so they're fine. Crit's able to roll up to the high ground. Malefice was upon him, but Seb can't chase. Seb has to back off as EG start to show the 4 of them in that mid lane.
Arteezy's getting so much space out of all
He really is. This top lane has been Arteezy's home ground, and he's absolutely loving it. Almost taking that tier 2 tower as well on his own. OG really have just let him be on that top lane. They've done nothing to pressure him.
This is a good timing for OG. Thompson has the Spirit Vessel finished. As the panel mentioned, incredibly good versus the Necrophos, of course. Bottom, tier 2. Thompson wraps around, misses.
He is going to miss that tornado. Might not matter for the kill though. as Crit, surrounded, stuck in the Sprout, does fall. As OG get that bottom tier 2 tower and the kill, but as we say top lane, RTZ he pretty much got the tier 2 in return on his own. He's now looking towards Jax. Jax comes in, looking to clear the way, but there's Fly with the setup. Swap back into the magic missile. Jax taken out for 45 seconds with the Reaper's Scythe being slammed down upon him by S4.
They're threatening high ground down here already with this Alacrity Drow.
Flies back in, but he gets gusted. Silent straight away. The damage, the cold snap, the right clicks, he's gone. That's one member of EG gone for the defense. RTZ's going to TP in as well, though, to look to hold.
Got like half damage on the tier 3 this early on. As soon as they force reactions, they do back up, though they don't want to take the risk of people porting behind them on that shrine.
Got the Veil now finished on S4. As we've seen, though, these sort of plays coming out from Topson incredibly harmfully. With that full Spirit Vessel, just so much damage from the combo, Topson. At the moment, 10 to 12, as you say, 1k lead for OG. But it certainly feels one could have asked OG if intended to be further ahead when they run this sort of Drow lineup. So the EG, despite sort of the Drow aura, that favouring for OG in the lanes, they've done very well in this first 15 minutes of gameplay. Yep,
the PL's gotten so much farm, and it was the TA matchup versus the Invoker. Sure, Topson is ahead because of all those rotations, but it just applies that pressure in the laning phase. As we did see Seb also change the build-up. Originally had that mech queued up, and now we'll be just going for the pipe on top of Vitality.
Nice. Jarek's trying to pick up some farm, does have Topson there, goes for the Tornado, onto 2, EMP's down as well. Jarek's trying to move into position to drop the combo, gets the Echo Slam, doesn't get the Fissure of S4, still alive for now. He'll pop the Ghost Shroud, Fly left behind. 7 Topson looking for S4, they find the vision for the Cold Snap, Spirit Vessel down onto S4 again as Topson grabs the double kill. But OG as well do lose 2 as Sumail in the river did find No Tail to the side of it. As Anna starting to play around Roshan there. Don't know if they're going to quite be able to get away with that. Sumail and Crit are still in position to contest this. They've got that trap down. They know exactly where OG is.
OG's got the black though, and they know that Crit actually committed the Magnetize down bottom, which is their big team fight spell at this moment in time.
They're actually going to look towards Sumail in the mid lane. Fisher into the Tornado. The silence does come out to stop some rest of the combo from Topson coming out straight away, but Sumail's been sprouted. No Tail in with the TP, but Sumail had the refraction, still able to get the blink out. Separates himself from the squad. Very nicely done there from Crit with that quick silence, making sure, so it was just the tornado coming out from Topson. There wasn't sort of that EMP follow-up that could have caused issues in terms of keeping those refraction charges up and allowing Sumail to blink away.
Crit's running out of stones because of how fast this gameplay is having to go. Down to 1. A lot of occasions that I've seen here. The deep wards, as we saw earlier, were placed by OG and they were able to get some kills out of that. And they're going to place some up toward the top side because now their main focus is going to start to be that Roshan. So having wards around that shrine area of EG most important. RTZ does have the Fusel, has queued up the Manta of course afterwards, that standard build for the PL.
In the mid lane maybe looking for a swap setup onto Jax. Jax back away, keeping himself in range of Fly's swap. As it really just has been RTZ, 1-0-3. Not been involved in too many of the fights, but certainly has sort of been favouring in that sense. Lots of farm on this PL.
EG's got vision of this. They're already going up. They've got 3 stones now. He's committing forward.
He's going straight forward. In fact, to 2 of them. The silence, the stun onto both of them. The Magnetize down as well as immediately they lose No Tail. RTZ there with the wraparound. Topson turns. Looking for the Tornado to hold them back. And with the Ghost Walk, Topson will get out. So will Anna for now. Fly with the swap back onto Jarex S4. Moving into position. Doesn't have the Reaper side. In fact, flies too deep. Back in. Takes down the Venge.
6 setup there by Crit. Just having vision up on that high ground. Gets the perfect combo. And I also believe the Enigma got the Black Hole like instantly canceled, it looked like. Yeah. Seb trying to get a position for it, but unable. He does claim a small, very minimal.
We're so close though in these first 18 minutes. Topson more than halfway towards his Aghanim Scepter. A game where the fights have been as frequent as this one. That sort of strong Ags timing is going to make all the difference in terms of just an ability to interrupt sort of the team fight that EG's been trying for. Topson once again on the hunt. Did go into the Ghost Walk underneath that Observer-centric combination, so EG will know about this. RTZ, as you can see, already backing up from that top lane.
Really want to play around this Rosh. It's so important for the OG lineup as well. lineup.
Thompson straight back towards the mid. Fly, he's been caught out by the Sprout. It's Fly, be taken down. Thompson.
They're going to go straight to the pit with that. Like, both these teams, one team has a Drow Ranger, the other team has a Templar Assassin. This is the area that is the most important in the game.
RTZ's going to start to poke at them from the side with the Spirit Lance. Is OG still looking to be a little hesitant on heading into that pit?
They don't have their black hole, though. Jarak is also very low on mana.
Another Magnetize is back up on Crip. He's got that team fight ability. Play it safe, Anna. Back to farming.
RTZ's going for the next item, Shadowblade. Has actually deviated from the Manta. Let's see if he changes it again, but I think he wants to be able to weave into the back line to the fight to look for this Earthshaker and this Drow.
The seeds of
Their control is coming, it's Invoker, Enigma, and Earthshaker. It's big control. And look for those other targets. They can't actually control this PL if the rest of his team is distracting.
Thompson just 800 away from his act.
Yes.
Invoker still doing very well from second highest in the net worth and ahead of Sumail. Sumail, of course, on that TA, who was able to have that advantage in the mid lane matchup. But as we've seen from the fights, Thompson, as the Invoker, has just been able to offer that a little bit more.
No-Tail's prepared to go for a dive already in the base here.
Fly does go for the swap, getting Seb up onto the high grabber. Fly, he's actually just going to get right-clicked down here by the Eidolon army. Seb the kill. Anna looks for the gust onto Crit, but Crit did get the roll off. He didn't manage to put the stone down though because of the silence. Goes for the kickback and double damage wants to fight. Jarak in with the Echo, has the control onto Arteezy as Arteezy gets taken out of that fight as soon as he turned up.
He just got the Blink Dagger as well, so it was completely unexpected. He had no idea that was coming.
And now they're pushing up to the high ground. OG 21 minutes in, taking the tier 3 tower. Only 2 alive at the moment on EG. S4 silence, they're moving. Jarak jumps forward, has the control. S4's gone. Dead for 40 seconds. OG threatening the melee racks here on this bottom lane. And EG, they're not going to be able to do anything about this here. 21 minutes in, OG taking the full pretty much set of racks down bottom. We'll see the Eidolons can finish off the range racks, and they certainly can. OG getting away with the speed and pressure that they need to with this Drow Ranger strat.
And how they prioritize setting up too. No-Tail was in the base for a good 30 seconds preparing for them to look for something like that. As he goes for it, does. Fine. No-Tail, Crit.
Yeah, Crit through the trees, able to find him, and No-Tail will try once more for the TP, but the damage from the Magnetize too much. Crit gets himself a charge on that Spirit Vessel.
Dire are scanning.
It's Jarak's. He's looking to come in with the backup. Thompson and Anna also on the hunt. Out they go. Thompson with the setup through the trees, throws out the Tornado as they'll get the trade. They'll take Crit down. Arteezy continuing to just try and make the most of any sort of space he sees on the map. Straight down mid, gets a tier 1 tower. Pretty much has the money for that Shadow Blade. Top of his diffuser, but we are ready still to see Arteezy turn up to a fight and offer something, as that last time down bottom, as we mentioned, caught off guard by Jarak's Blink Dagger timing on the Earthshaker.
It's very tough to take any heads-on fights versus OG just because how strong they are, and it's just the numbers advantage instantly. That wants to, but yeah, No-Tail was already prepared. They knew everything that was kind of coming for them, and they're already on their way over. We see Jarak's has just picked up the Blink Dagger on the right on the side shop, and yeah.
And look at this on the side of the top. Arteezy turns up, he's like, what's up, boys? And then bam! Jarak's is in Echo Slam, and he's out of it. He's got to sit the sidelines for 48 seconds. Was not prepared for that Blink Dagger on Jarak's at all.
Courier snipe, No-Tail wants it, but he... Well, it comes out, he actually started attacking the tower, but...
Mid lane, Sumail. On top of Anna, Anna turns again. The Gust TP is going to work out once again. It's not this time. Arteezy's in with damage.
These Gust plays, though, from Anna, just the split second, even the quick ones that have happened, has saved his life on multiple occasions. I think 3 or 4 times.
40 seconds, no Drow. EG, they see the chance. They're into the Roche pit. They can do it pretty fast themselves, as you said, with Sumail. TA, they've got the bench. Can he look for the big plays here?
He's smoked up.
Oh, he is, and he's got the slam available. He's got his eyes. The Tornado coming in from the side, just managed to catch him pretty low. They're moving into the pit. There's the black hole coming out onto the 2 of them. They've lost the bench. The Roshan still being focused by Arteezy. Jarak's Arteezy still alive with the Shadow Blade. Seb finally gets taken down by Sumail, but Sumail's held in place by the ice wall. Jarak's into the pit. There'll be the buyback from Fly. Sumail goes down. Thompson able to find him with the cold snap. Jarak's wilting down to the Magnetize. Roshan still alive for now. The silence from Crit out onto Thompson. Arteezy doppelganger still alive. Gets on top of the Invoker. Thompson falls back towards the pit. No-Tail's trying to find him, but the slam goes out for Roshan. They get the kill, but Crit gets the Aegis. Triple kill for Crit, and he's not done yet. Rolls forward, looks for Jarak. Jarak's taken out as well. And OG, They'll find Crit. Spirit Vessel, Cold Snap. He's down once. They'll look to set it for a second time. The ice wall's down and he gets the quick gust. Thompson goes back in and once again Cold Snaps out. He can't roll himself away. Crit will fall. As the buybacks from OG there enable them to sort of settle the deal after the Roshan gets taken down. They did get the kill on Roche, but as we saw, Crit was able to get the Aegis, does lose it straight away. Overall, because of the buyback expenditure, was favoring EG in terms of net worth change.
Yeah.
But still, not necessarily what EG hoped for there. They nearly got everything. They were nearly able to sort of take it back, but the cleanup at the end from OG.
Look at Crit's positioning in this fight. He was hiding in the tree, waiting for them to go for it. Instantly stops that black hole. Arteezy also, with the Shadow Blade pickup, we see him just kind of playing around inside the pit. He survived for so long as this Phantom Line.
Oh, he's straight back in. Finds Nota. Arteezy's on top of him.
That was insane.
Thompson. The wraparound onto S4 again. Ghost Shroud is there. Thompson quick with Tornado. EMP combo, someone needs to come across and help S4, as S4 just getting solo killed here by Thompson. Styling on him here with the Invoker plays. As now, looking to Fly. Fly just have the backup of Crip. Thompson goes forwards for now. Jerax jumps forward. The Fisher, the Cold Snap, the Spirit Vessel, he just does so much. Thompson finds the double kill. 11, 3, and 9 on his Invoker.
Always has that Cold Snap available. That talent. Such a good combo with that Spirit. So in particular, like we said in the beginning, versus that Necrophos, S4 just doesn't.
He's going to get forced to the side step. Can he keep this man alive, though? He doesn't have the Black Hole backup. You have an Anna with a big gun sending him back. Tornado! Thompson! He's in with the backup. The Meteor! Deadly Blast coming down. Thompson with the saves! Gets both of them! Thompson Invoker doing it big time on the main stage. And the Fisher from Jerax, it sets up for another. The Cold Snap Spirit Vessel, no tell, he comes in to join the party.
This man on his Invoker, in every situation, finding these clutch plays. Ana also with the talent, going for that 550 gust knockback. It pushed him so far away.
Jerax, he's just straight in again. There's the combo, Spirit Vessel, Cold Snap. Crit just getting ticked down. S4 will start to try and heal him up with the Death Pulse, as the buybacks from Arteezy and Sumail do push OG away, but OG now getting a sizable advantage here in game one against EG. 9k advantage. A set of racks up as well. All three cores ahead of that of Evil Geniuses.
The mobility that's coming out, and the preparation, it seems, from OG as well. As we saw No-Tail in some of these situations, teleporting before the fights even start, just to set up for his team, and then Thompson always being there. Look at these quads wax, he's so fast.
Sumail's got to be careful. He's heading out the top, then we'll see down, but easy finds No-Tail.
Sumail's desperately needs this BKB.
He comes out too far. Thompson or Jerax will be there with the setup on that top lane.
21 invoke. 16 Templar Assassin.
Sumail cannot move from this spot. Just come down. So it could be fine for now. Thompson and Jerax, they're still waiting for him to sort of cross that line. It looks like Sumail knows.
Nope.
Play it cool.
They know. They just saw the courier fly over and just stop,
Yeah.
so they're aware that something's going on.
Starting really to have their backs against the wall. Each of these fights, they have to get on top of Thompson. Can't let him get away with, you say, these sort of constant cold snaps to Sumail. They'll be coming out a little too far now, Jerax. There we have it. Finds the Fisher, the Gust into the combo. There's the slap to hold him down.
60 seconds.
The patience from Sumail, not quite patient enough as he comes out alone. They were ready and waiting, OG, to make that play. And they get away with it. No buyback on Sumail.
How can EG slow this down? They don't have heroes with any deep push versus this lineup.
It's a second set of racks. Tier 3 is being threatened now. What can Arteezy do as he turns up to this fight? It's kind of hard each and every time. They get a swap back onto Anna this side. Bam! Anna's gone for 80. Perfect way to start the fight, but there's the black hole. The Sunstrike as well. Fly gets taken down. Jerax jumping in with the control on to S4. As the Boulder Smash from Crit comes out, magnetized as well, causing issues for No-Tail. No-Tail's taken out. The buyback straight away on S4's Crit, looking to chase for more. Gets on top of Seb. Seb goes for the TP out. The Fisher from Jerax will allow Seb the space to escape.
Caught Crit with that stun. Crit wasn't able to get that Boulder Smash. That's a very heads-up play, though, by EG, getting that swap into Reaper's side instantly before Ana gets the BKB off.
And
there's no hesitation.
It puts an end to the push. They do lose that tier 3 tower, but they keep that top set of racks alive. Does cost them the S4 buyback, so still EG not yet to find that play to really switch around the momentum of this game, as OG are still in the driver's seat.
As soon as S4 does die, goes for that buyback, and you see OG does retreat. They don't want to overextend too much when they have this advantage right now. It still feels like such a tall mountain for EG to climb when they've got a Templar Assassin, and this is pre-30 minutes, and this TA doesn't have a BKB. We're hitting that 30-minute mark, and Sumail doesn't still quite have it. He really needs it in order to be able to do anything versus Invoker and this leadership.
What a mess!
It's a
full AC on top.
Ready to really assist this sort of end game push that they're looking for.
Yeah, they're looking to end it for sure here with this item buy.
They know that they've got a very sizable lead with their lineup. One more team fight that goes wrong for EG could certainly cost them the game, especially with some of these buybacks unavailable at the moment. EG having to be careful. They've got to somehow enable RTZ in these fights.
Just so hard, the amount of control that they actually do have on OG, so much to team fight.
I mean, is it not sort of at the point where you feel like RTZ may even have to go for a BKB, or do you feel Heart is still the right way to go?
I think if he goes BKB, that's it. Needs to have Heart, needs to just be able to play around the fight. If he just has to play around a 10-second BKB, then they're going to be in so much trouble. TA needs one. RTZ, I don't think he can afford to go for that item.
Just starting to take full sort of war control of the map. Full Greaves completely on Seb. No Tail's got a gem out.
The full group up build around the Enigma. The Guardian Greaves, the Crimson Guard, the Pipe. Getting a lot of EG's damage.
Just so much for these pushes. Yeah, 30 minutes in, they're really at this sweet point, OG, where that lineup sort of hits a bit of a peak. They know that they're already ready to amp up the pressure once again as they hover around the mid lane. EG cannot afford to go one by one outside of the base.
Yep, they see the top lane.
Sumail, he's going to even get jumped in this position straight away. Jax with the combo. Sumail's gone without buyback. No-Tail goes for the Sprout. Quick for the pull to allow Fly to get out of the Sprout. OG piping and crimsoning up. S4 looking towards No-Tail. Jax priming himself on the side, ready to blink back in. In fact, they just got the damage onto S4. S4 gets one back. Jarex jumps in, looks at the Fisher, gets silent. RT for the black hole! The Reaper side cancels the black hole, but the combo from Toxin straight on top of RTZ takes him out. RTZ's dead for 80 seconds. S4 Crit and Fly getting pushed back to the base. And OG, they're going to go for another set of racks. Both cores down, no buyback on Sumail, no buyback on RTZ.
You can see how confident they know they can clean this out. This is the last fight for EG. They jump forward.
Rolls in, but immediately the Gust. Jarex in again with the control. The Fisher out between the two of them. Find the Spirit. They're going to find S4. They're going to find Fly as well. GG. And game one in a series where I think a lot of people would have expected to see something quite fantastic from EG. OG absolutely crushed it. 32 minutes in, 18k net worth. The Drow lineup, the Drow drops worked perfectly. The pressure, the speed that they could play at, it just never got to a point where Sumail or RTZ could really offer much in the fights. They were always playing from behind because of how well OG kept the pressure on.
Yep, pretty much. Thompson just kept running around with this Invoker.
Your turn to team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Bloodseeker.
Fierce warrior.
Spectre. Mirana.
Lakad mo to! Normally.
That was
30
questionable
seconds to
at the best.
Oi, Bizet!
The battle begins.
I deny you. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
My belly bursts. Blood runs cold.
Oi, 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 oi! Who's that?
No blood for you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Invisibility!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Denied!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Lower than you can be expected. Testing this.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
Our thanks. You have learned.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Where's my Benjamin? My belly bursts.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Phase ends.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Normally.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Monster kill.
Well.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant. Radiant's top tower. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
队友嘞！队友呢？
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Evil geniuses turn to pick. OG's turn to pick. Evil.
Arc Warden.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
OG's turn to battle.
Breaker.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
A hero that just goes in on the arc and then Drow just provides the aura for Ench.
Well, Storm is the best hero, and then it's obviously banned
it's
here.
Banned, yep.
Spectre ban, Storm ban. I think it looks like they planned it out here, so...
Invoker ban.
I think it's either just like TA, Lina, those are the only heroes that I can think of right now for them.
Yep, Lina's still open, was staying in this phase, and we're waiting for that last ban from Evil Geniuses.
Have we seen Thompson play Arc Ward in this tournament?
I think that is our Thompson's hero.
He plays the hero. He is really good on Arc Warden, that's why I'm asking, because I remember seeing it was one of the heroes he made a name for himself with back on SFT, actually. And it ended up getting respect banned against him a lot back then. Obviously not a team of the same caliber as the one he's in now, but you can always go back to some of your old classic comfort heroes. It's one of Thompson's absolute best, so I was just curious if we've really... I haven't noticed many Arc Warden picks from this team, at least. So, always nice to pull out some surprises on the big stage.
We did see it at least once in the group stage.
Okay.
But not much at all.
That's the thing. If you show a hero like once or twice in the group stage, it kind of goes under the radar again. I don't think EG at all were expecting this hero. All right, they still get the gyrocopter, so he can get up close and personal. If he gets the blink dagger.
That's so quick.
They can swarm them with necropokes if they want them.
Wow. All right. Well, OG definitely coming in very prepared for this draft, kind of knowing exactly how they want it to pan out. I don't think they've been shaken up much at all with the draft so far. But before we go into game, some final thoughts. Winner, who are you taking in this draft?
I'm sticking with Drow, and they have the Enchantress for the necropokes.
All right. Go with the Drow win percentage. March, what about you?
I go with Evil Geniuses as well, because I don't think Lycan is playable against Enchantress.
All right, and Sin?
50-50 for me. I think this game is really, really difficult to predict.
All right, well, we have the thoughts from the panel, and we'll get to hear from OG as the draft has ended. Casey, take it away.
All right, Coach. Here.
Yeah, it's different than last time. We have more because we want to be more prepared. Actually, it was pretty tiresome. It's like after 2 hours of brainstorming, I was watching Step and Johan, and they were like, oh, we need to take a break. And we took a break, we come back. It's like, I think we're a better team when we have more time to study another team that played some matches in the tournament, because you see exactly what they play, and we actually enjoyed doing that, even though it's like tiresome. And we were pretty much well prepared for these matches. I mean, they were banning exactly what we thought they were banning. It's like amazing. We either got lucky or we're very smart.
That way there was more of a focus for you on banning heroes?
Not just banning heroes. It's like you need to identify exactly what the team enjoys, the other team enjoys, and what is the comfort zone of it. And you push them out of that. You choose something to be like really hard for them. So it's heavy, you know, when you play, you're stressed, you don't know exactly what to do. You're not used to it. So this is what we basically go for when
we have a Spirit Breaker.
We have a Spirit Breaker.
Nobody's playing this hero.
No, we don't
but
even
Crit, he's bringing it out here on the main stage.
We don't get a whole lot of Arc Warden either. We're getting blessed here. So I'm looking forward to the 4 positions in this game in particular. Sure, we've got a lot of other flashy stuff to be looking at, but I think Crit in the early game can put so much pressure on, and Jarex I think has to really match and try to make sure that this Spirit Breaker can't just rampant on these lanes, particularly on Thompson. Because if they have this missile, if they're going to be running this gyrocopter in the mid lane, missile plus barrage with this Spirit Breaker, they can get the gap closed on that Arc Warden. It can at least start to punish and slow down the farm that they need. Same thing in that bottom lane. Like the panel was mentioning, there's not really anyone to stop this Spirit Breaker. If he starts on this charge, who's going to stop? It's literally just the snowball that comes out from the Tusk. No other heroes actually have a stun on the side of OG.
Certainly lots of sort of follow-up, as you say, sort of, you know, having the Spirit Breaker leading in this point of the game where you're going to have impetuses flying through as well, the Jar and the Drow Ranger ready to storm you. And just overall, we'll see if EG can get away with the Drow Ranger win just as OG were able to comfortably do in game 1. It's the runes, OG will be able to start the game grabbing themselves 3 of them.
Bit too afraid when you're running a Drow versus Tusk Ursa. That gap closes everything you have to worry about.
Many thanks to you.
That's probably why they picked the Tusk, right? The combination with that Ursa, you're always able to make those aggressive plays before the Blink Dagger does come out. And you can do this. You can help your lane to start it back a little bit further away from their tower.
This time around in terms of lane, it's going to be the 2-1-2, of course, coming back in rather than the aggressive try than we saw for a bit by EG in game 1.
Big eyes on Chris. That's really the one I'm going to be looking at.
You almost had that too.
Absolutely. Why are people as a whole
charges, this hero can't really contribute too much because you're not really providing much as a team fighter. You're this hero that wants to be going around the map and getting these global kind of pickoffs your charge. But if it just comes down to just team fights constantly, it can be a little bit harder for your charges. But he doesn't have to deal with any stuns. There's no Earthshaker fissures. There's nothing to really stop him. It's just Jarex.
It'll be interesting to see what sort of build Thompson does go for here in this game on the Arc Coordinates. We've seen a variety of different ways to sort of build the hero here and at TI and obviously previous lands and such. A lot of teams trying to play it. Of course, a lot of times being banned out against some of these teams that people know are very experienced with the Arc Coordinate. But there is that potential if he does want to go for the Necro Book, as sort of the panel mentioned, that on top of the Lycan. Even though they don't have a Drow, OG can still very much build towards a similar sort of timing to what they're able to achieve in Game 1, if they wish to do so.
Yeah, they are versus the Enchantress, though, which take over those Necrobooks, which is pretty annoying. And also, Gyrocopter at some point with Drow Aura, once you get like a BKB, you pop flak,